Hello, welcome to Dungeoneer'S Pack, a channel bringing you player-focused discussions and character guides for 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. My name is Josh, thank you for watching. To prevent you from sitting at the table and bringing the same Sherlock Holmes-like character to your Candlekeep Mysteries games like everyone else, in this video, I'm taking inspiration from the Kid Detective Trope and properties like Scooby-Doo, Goonies, and Stranger Things to bring you a Ranger character build that you can take with you into any adventure in Candlekeep Mysteries. Before jumping into the build, let's take a look at my character build guidelines. I'm going to focus on levels 1 to 10 as most campaigns are played in this level range. Builds will be optimized to fulfill the concept, but also be effective for combat and roleplay. I will be covering the features in race, class, and background choices that make the build possible. Ability scores will not be defined as each table decides how ability scores are calculated. Instead, I will provide a ranking as to which ability score you should prioritize for the build. The concept for this build is to create a character inspired by the Kid Detective Trope found in classic children's mystery books like Hardy Boys and Nancy Drew, and also seen in pop culture media such as Scooby-Doo and Stranger Things. In order to nail down this concept, this build will have a focus on investigation. We will use a sling as our preferred weapon as it is commonly associated with young adventurers, and we will have a Scooby-Doo-like sidekick that can help us out in combat. For this build's lineage, I will be using the lineage rule from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything as it will provide the most flexibility with flavor and mechanics. The lineage rule will allow us to flavor our character as a young adventurer of any race in the game and be able to make their character size small. We also get access to a feat, and for this build I went with the Fighting Initiate feat, choosing the archery fighting style to improve our accuracy when we attack using our sling. Next, for our class and subclass, I went with the BeastMaster Ranger to provide us with an effective pet sidekick. This character's background will be the urchin as it provides some skills that a young adventurer would be proficient with. We can also incorporate the street urchin trope into our character's history and roleplay. For this build's in combat role, they are a blaster that will be sitting in the backline launching pellets or rocks at their enemies. Their out of combat roles will be the troubleshooter and scout. With a combination of tool and skill proficiencies and spells, this character is a competent problem solver and will excel at avoiding traps and other hazards. For our ability scores, we want to prioritize dexterity for our damage, armor class, and initiative. Wisdom is second to support our spells and skills. Next is intelligence for our investigation skill, followed by charisma and constitution, and finally strength is our dump stat. Next up is our skills. From the ranger class, I chose animal handling to help roleplay our relationship with our pet, perception to be able to spot threats and fulfill the party scout role, and investigation to be able to find hidden doors or clues. Also, since we are taking the Depth Explorer variant class feature, we will add our proficiency bonus twice to our investigation skill when using it. From our background, we will be getting sleight of hand so we can pocket away clues, small items, or evidence to solve our crimes, and stealth so we can simply sneak ourselves in and out of places. Now let's get into a level by level breakdown. Starting with level 1, we get our class proficiencies and 2 class features. We are proficient with light and medium armors, shields, simple or martial weapons, and strength and dexterity saving throws. For our 2 class features, I opted to take 2 variant options from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. In place of favorite enemy, I went with favorite foe. Favorite foe is weaker than the standard Hunter's Mark spell, but it will prevent us from overloading our bonus action. We will need our bonus action to give commands to our BeastMaster pet. Instead of Natural Explorer, I opted to take Deft Explorer to provide a power boost to our investigation skill and gain additional abilities as we continue to level into the Ranger class. With level 2, we pick up a fighting style and the spellcasting feature. With the Druidic Warrior fighting style, we will be adding 2 cantrips to our spell arsenal from the Druid spell list. We can increase the damage we do with our sling just a tiny bit if we choose Magic Stone as one of our cantrips with this option. Even though Magic Stone uses our bonus action, in most circumstances we can cast it right before combat and have some ammo ready. Along with Magic Stone, here are some other spells to consider. For cantrips, consider Druidcraft, Guidance, or Produce Flame, and for level 1 spells, I recommend Beast Bond, Detect Magic, or Speak with Animals. At level 3, we gain our subclass, and as I previously mentioned, I chose the BeastMaster Ranger. As a BeastMaster Ranger, we gain the Ranger's Companion feature, but I chose to use the Beast of Land option from Tasha's Cauldron of Everything. The Beast of Land Companion is an efficient pet due to its stat block using the new table-friendly pet rules. Next, at level 4, we can choose between an ability score increase and a feat, and at this level I went with the Sharpshooter feat. Sharpshooter provides a sizable boost to our damage on an attack at the cost of some accuracy, but the main reason we want this is for the ability to extend our sling's range to 120 feet without the disadvantage penalty. For level 5, we gain the extra attack feature and access to second level spells. Here are my recommendations: find traps, locate objects, and pass without trace. With level 6, we get the roving ability from our Deft Explorer feature. Our movement speed increases by 5 feet, and we gain a climbing and swimming speed equal to our walking speed. When we hit level 7, our Beast Companion's attacks now count as magical with the exceptional training feature. At level 8, we get to choose between an ability score increase or a feat again, and this time I went with the ability score increase. Choose between wisdom or dexterity. If you want to increase your damage output, pick dexterity. If you want to strengthen your skills and spells, choose wisdom. We also gain the land stride feature, allowing us to move through non-magical difficult terrain as if it was normal. Hitting level 9, we gain access to 3rd level spells, and here are my recommendations: Conjure Barrage and Non-Detection. And finally, for level 10, we gain the Tireless ability from our Depth Explorer feature, and we can choose between the Hide in Plain Sight or Nature's Veil features. Tireless will keep us in the fight, allowing us to give ourselves temporary hit points as an action. The choice between the Hide in Plain Sight or Nature's Veil features is entirely up to you, as both provide interesting stealth-like abilities. Hide in Plain Sight will give us plus 10 to our stealth checks if we don't move or take any type of action. Nature's Veil turns us invisible for just one turn as a bonus action. Now let's take a look at the pros and cons of this build. For our pros, outside of Magic Stone, our bonus action is streamlined to be efficient as possible. Our bonus action is reserved to command our Beast Companion. We are also able to fill the rogue's role of being a troubleshooter, sharing many of the same tool and skill proficiencies. While we are lacking expertise, we are proficient enough to get the job done. Now for our cons. Due to the ability score rankings, this character will need to maintain their distance in combat as they will have lower than average hit points. And since I opted out of using Hunter's Mark and a stronger weapon, this build will rely on a pet to help out with their damage output. And finally, even with the streamlined pet functions found in the Beast of Land stat block, we will need to manage 2 characters during combat. Finally, let's take a look at some alternative options that can still accomplish this character concept that you may want to consider. If you don't want to manage a pet and want to go all in on using the sling, you can play as a rogue and still play a kid investigator. With skill, expertise, and sneak attack, it may just be more efficient compared to this build. Another option will be to go full Home Alone and have our kid investigator have magic devices built out of their own toys and random household items. We can be a battlesmith artificer. We will still have a pet companion. We can use a sling with magic stone or use the returning ammo infusion, and all of our artificer spells and infusions can be flavored as magic toys. With that said, I want to hear from you. What kind of character will you be building for Candlekeep Mysteries? Let me know down in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like, and if you want to see more content like this, I drop a video every week, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're looking to play a symbiote armor hero, check out my character build featuring the Armorer Artificer. You can click on the video on the screen to see what abilities you need to play a character inspired by Guyver and Venom. Alright, I'm out of here. Have a good one.